Hi, Samantha. Hello. Hi, Samantha. Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Samantha Uncut, where I discuss celebrity news, hot topics, reality TV, and so much more. All commentary is alleged and in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Hey, everyone. I hope you all are having an amazing morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And I'm back with my Beyond the Gates recap for episodes 19 to 21. But before we do, y'all know what to do. Don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and make sure you follow me on my social media platforms on TikTok and on Instagram. All information will be listed in the description bar as usual. So let's get into this recap, starting off with episode 19, where Naomi finally met up with Jacob to discuss the case with him. Not necessarily discuss the case, but discuss her having regrets about taking the case. She's scared that the media frenzy that is surrounding her family will kind of overshadow the case, and Jacob is just letting her know that, you know what, she got it, and he's just letting her know that it's okay if she feels some kind of way, or if she's having regrets, then maybe she should rethink taking the case. But at the same time, he know that she can do it, and he knows that she can beat Bill. And I just love the way that Jacob reassures her, and he doesn't instill fear into her abilities. He really loves her, and he uplifts her, and he encourages her to go after whatever she wants to do, and she's really thankful for that. So she then leaves the police station, and then after that, Elon, who is Jacob's father but also the police chief, he came in, and Jacob wanted to talk to him about Marcel. So his dad now gives him some advice and say, you know what, he understand how Marcel is, but he should give him a chance because he's a really good guy. Jacob with his big mouth say, no, he not no good guy, because he is turning a blind eye to corruption, aka not arresting Joey for taking money in the broad daylight, like getting a payoff. And his father's looking at him like, son, you need to stop talking. Like, just stop talking right now, because to me it seems like his father already know that Marcel is like a dirty kind of cop, but at the same time it's like his father was in cahoots with Marcel, so he doesn't really want to disappoint Jacob, but at the same time he doesn't want Jacob to keep going after Marcel, because it's gonna create a problem. So Elon tells Jacob now that he needs to just let it go and give Marcel a chance, and he needs to drop it. Like, whatever he's feeling, whatever hunch he's on, he needs to just drop it and let it go. So then Elon now go over to talk to Marcel, because he want this whole situation with Jacob to be squashed. He don't want Jacob asking no more questions. So he goes over to talk to Marcel, and he tells Marcel like, hey, stop hazing Jacob, because if you don't lay off him, he's going to keep asking questions, and I don't want him asking questions that I can't answer. And at the end of the day, that is my child. So if anything happens to him, then you got bigger problems to worry about, because now you got to go answer to me. And I'm not trying to have that conversation with you. So whatever is going on between you and Jacob, you need to fix it, because I ain't dealing with it with both of you. But that's basically what Elon said to Marcel. And speaking of problems and Joey, over at Orphe Jean's now, the diner, you have Doug and Vanessa. They're trying to have breakfast, and Doug over there, he get texts from Randy asking him if he's going to the casino, and he's there lying to Vanessa saying, oh, the text was about some machine that he got at the hospital, when that man, I don't even see him at the hospital at all. So he's then hurrying out of the diner now to go, he's going to the hospital, and left his badge. And right when he's running out the door, Joey now walks into the building and introduced himself to Vanessa. Like it was like he was at the back of the diner, and then he comes up to Vanessa trying to recruit her, telling her that he's trying to use her talents to find some home for his mom. This man is something else. So Vanessa not thinking nothing of it. She's very intrigued that a man like Joey is trying to use her as a real estate agent to find a property for his mom, because Joey is well known in the city and the FBI and everybody's is looking into him. Everybody know who Joey is because Joey's that guy, right? So she's intrigued. He sits down having breakfast with her and having a conversation with her about finding a home. And then Doug him come back, but him come for the badge when him leave, and he see Joey talking to Vanessa. He almost shit his pants because he doesn't know what Joey is saying to Vanessa. So he casually just walks up to the table, and then Vanessa introduced him to Joey because Vanessa doesn't know that Doug know Joey and vice versa. So she introduced them, and then they said hi, acting like they don't know each other. And so Doug said that he came back for his badge, and Vanessa gave him the badge and whatnot, and then he left. So Joey now leaves as well, and then right after Joey leave, Vanessa have a next man come up, Diego, trying to ask her, basically trying to reprimand her about talking to Joey, and then he seen her with Doug. Like, guy, that is not your wife. What? Leave the lady alone. So Vanessa just tell him, like, listen, I already told you, you're not my husband. You're not my boyfriend. We're just hooking up. So don't come and ask me nothing about nobody that you see me with. Like, we are just hooking up, and that's all there is to it. And of course, they gone in a bathroom, gone hook up. Like, Vanessa gets on my nerves too, because she's moving so reckless with this guy. Like, anybody could see you with him. Why are you doing that in the bathroom? A public bathroom at that. And she just gets on my nerves because everybody goes to Orphe Jeans to have breakfast if they're not at the club, at the country club. So anyone can see her having an affair with this young guy. And speaking of people hooking up, Kat is itching. She's itching to lose herself to Thomas. And I don't know. I personally want Kat to kind of wait, which is what Chelsea tell her, that she shouldn't rush to kind of be with Thomas. Like, she's waited so long, so she should wait. I don't know. There's something about Thomas that he seems like a nice guy, but at the same time, there's something about him that I don't really trust about him. And I don't want Kat to fall head over heels for him and then get heartbroken if she was to give herself to him, because he would be her first. And I just feel like he would hurt her. And the reason I'm saying this, because over at the hospital, he's over there flirting with Eva, or Eva is flirting with him because she's trying to get under Kat's skin, and he's engaging in it because he's feeling like there's distance between him and Kat, and he doesn't know what the relationship or where him and Kat stand, because since their dinner date, they kind of haven't really talked to each other. And it's like, you're the guy. Why haven't you reached out to her to see what the issue is, or if she's okay, or how she's doing? I don't like the fact that he's kind of flirting with Eva and giving Eva the impression that she can she has a chance with him. So Kat was feeling the distance between them as well. So she invited him over to Orphe Jean's, the diner, to talk because she noticed that there's a distance since they had their dinner. And she's just letting him know, like, you know, I like you. I noticed that there's some distance between us. Is there something that I did? And I just hate this for her because it's like she's putting herself out there, and I don't know. I just don't want her to be so vulnerable with him and then it just backfires on her. But he ended up telling her that, yeah, he did notice the distance, but he didn't want to pressure her. So she asked him, like, do you feel any way because I revealed to you that I'm still a virgin? And he's like, no, 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 no. That is not a problem to me. I actually admire that about you. And to me, I feel like since she told him that, I feel like he's kind of backed off a little bit, but he's not trying to let her down hard. He's trying to do it in an easy way. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'll see how the series go on. But she lets him know, like, I really like you and I just want you to show me more affection. Not because I'm a virgin, it doesn't mean that I don't want you to be affectionate towards me. And he's like, okay, cool. So he gives her a kiss. And I guess I should say that maybe he's backing off a little bit, or he's not trying to pressure her because of the respect that he has for her because she's a virgin, and he doesn't really know how to navigate that because he doesn't want to seem like he's coming on too strong or too hard. So I guess he's trying to let Kat take the lead. I guess I should look at it in that way, that he is allowing her to take the lead and he's following her lead because he's trying to be respectful of the fact that she's a virgin and he really likes her. You know what? I'm going to look at it from that angle and see how he performs moving forward. So we also had a scene with Anita and Naomi where Naomi went to talk to Anita about the case, and she's just expressing to Anita that, you know, she's feeling some kind of way about the case and she's worried about the fallout. So Anita just gave her some reassurance and gave her the pros and cons of taking the case and let her know that she believes in her and know that she can do it. But the question is whether she is ready to step up to the plate and face Bill have a face off with Bill in that sense. Anita basically just let her know that whatever she decides to do, that she will stand beside her and support her. And then they go on to just have like a rap battle, and some fun as a grandmother and granddaughter. And then over the hospital now, Randy run up on Doug because Randy want to make sure that Doug is going to be at the casino. Because if he not at the casino, he going to have problem with Joey. So he's there letting him know, like, hey, you coming to the casino tonight? And Doug is like, he's trying to be iffy about it, and Randy's like, nah, you're coming to the casino. So he tells Randy that Joey is there at the diner talking to Vanessa, and he wants to know, well, like, what is that about? Like, why is Joey trying to talk to Vanessa? And what is he trying to tell her? And so Randy's like, it's probably nothing. He kind of like brush it off and say it's probably nothing. He's probably just really using Vanessa for her services. And so he brushes it off. And then later that day, he finally get him at the casino, and child Doug just happy to be at the casino spending money we don't have. Right? So Joey is there watching him, and Randy's like, why are you still like on him? You know that he don't have the money. Like, he just needs to pay off what he owe you and just let him go. Joey told Randy, say, free men don't make good puppets. So there's no way he's gonna allow Doug to pay him off or pay him what he owe him, because he need Doug to be his puppet. Well, for whatever reason Joey needs Doug for, he's gonna make sure that Doug keeps playing poker and lose and get himself further in debt, because the more debt that Doug is in, is a better chance for Joey to use him as whatever puppet he needs to use him for. Joey even makes sure that the cards that the dealer is dealing, the cards are fixed. So there's no way Doug gonna win no hand. And Randy just feels so bad for Doug, but there's nothing he can do to save him because it is what it is. Doug has an addiction and Joey is going to exploit that addiction. And then Mr. Marcel now called Joey and tell him that he needs to stop making stupid mistakes by taking payoffs in broad daylight, child. Joey tells Marcel, well, that is what I pay you for, is to make sure that I don't get caught. Child, I told you Marcel was a dirty cop. So that was the end of episode 19. And then we go on to episode 20, where you move on from one secret with one dirty cop to a secret with the congressman who is trying to run for president. So you have first Danny meeting with Vernon at the club. So they met up for breakfast and Danny ordered some orange juice that is spiked. And while she's there talking to Vernon, she ended up having to leave early. So the juice didn't come in time. So after she left, the juice came and Vernon ended up taking a sip of it. And he realizes that Danny is drinking early in the day and Danny might have some kind of drinking problem. Like he has this concerned look on his face. And then Anita showed up because he wanted to really talk to Anita about the Martin situation where Martin is trying to run for president. And Anita immediately says, absolutely not. He cannot do that. Not with these secrets that he has. He can't do that because not only is it going to backfire on him, it's going to ruin his family, the kids, Smitty, all of that. So they're like, he cannot run for no president. We need to talk to him. So they called Martin over to the club to talk to him about this presidency business. Martin shows up and they're having a conversation. They're telling Martin, like, you cannot run for no president because these secrets that you have, sir, no, absolutely not. Martin ain't trying to hear none of that. Martin says that his grandparents don't believe in him and they're trying to deter him from his dreams and all of this. And they're sitting there looking at him like, this little, like, we gave you everything. And you trying to tell us that we don't believe in you when we're trying to protect you? And right as they're trying to talk to him out of this presidency business, Smitty shows up to the club because Martin had forgotten his phone at home. So he came to the club to kind of give him the phone. And he overheard the Duprees telling Martin that he can't run for president. And Smitty is shocked because Smitty had no idea that Martin was trying to run for president. So all this time that Smitty is asking Martin, like, what's going on and not keeping secrets from him, Martin keeps secrets still because Martin don't tell Smitty why he's having bad nightmares. Martin never told Smitty that he's running for no president, but Martin wants to control what Smitty do. He don't want Smitty to work. He just wants Smitty to be at home with the kids and to be the perfect husband. And every time Smitty asks him what is wrong or what is going on and ask him not to lie to him, Martin make up lie and tell the man. I'm telling you, one day Smitty I gonna cheat by Martin and he's gonna leave him. And another person who is gonna leave is Chelsea, who is trying to build the courage to tell Danny that she doesn't want to model anymore. Meanwhile, Danny is there meeting with talent agency people securing contract for the fashion show to make Chelsea the face of a fashion show for the next 3 years, not knowing that Chelsea doesn't want to do modeling anymore and just wants to focus on her brand. But Chelsea's going around asking everybody their advice on how to go about telling Danny that she doesn't want to do modeling. And everybody's just telling her, like, girl, just tell her. Like, stop being scared of how she's going to feel. Just tell her you do not want to do modeling anymore. Like, everyone is being supportive of her, but Chelsea is trying to handle Danny like she's an egg. Like, she's gonna mash up if she tell her that she doesn't want to do modeling. But moving on, over at Bill office now, you have Bill meeting with Thomas and Mike in his office. They're going over some briefs and some minutes, or some. They're going over some work stuff. And obviously, Mike come in with his inappropriate jokes about strippers, and Mike is like continuing to make jokes, and Bill is so sick of him because Bill is telling him, like, you're being inappropriate, like, just stop with the jokes, stop with the inappropriate jokes. Mike still continue with the inappropriate jokes, where he even brought up Haley, and Bill told him if he don't stop and don't bring up his wife, he's gonna find himself hanging from over the balcony because he's sick of him. So Mike is there looking at Bill like, dude, like, what happened to the old you? Like, you fell in love with this young thing at the office. Like, come on now. Like, why are you trying to reprimand me? And Bill is just looking at him like, dude, we're at work and you're being inappropriate. And if a woman associate was in this office right now, that would be very inappropriate. And it's so interesting that Bill is having this conversation with Mike, because at the same time, you have 3 other former employees who is gearing up to sue Bill and his law firm because of sexual harassment claims that Mike brought on to them. So right when Bill said to Mike that, you know what, you just leave my office. Like, I'm tired of seeing you right now, and I can't deal with you right now. Naomi showed up to serve Bill the papers. Well, not her. She showed up to see Bill get served. So she's in his office talking to him, and then the process server walked in and said, here you go, sir, you've been served. Bill couldn't believe his eyes when he opened the paper to see that Naomi's trying to sue him. So the episode ended there, and then episode 21 picks up with, like, Bill trying to tell Naomi that she needs to withdraw from the case, because it's like her attempts are desperate, and she's trying to use this case to get back at him. And he's trying to deny the allegations, even though he just had a conversation with Mike about similar situation. Naomi told him that she's not withdrawing from the case, and she even accused Bill of turning a blind eye to what Mike is doing because Mike is bringing in a lot of money for the firm. And so Bill is being so sarcastic, where he's blaming Naomi that she's using the case to get back at him because of how he treated Danny. And he's trying to work mind tricks on Naomi by telling her that people is gonna be hurt by what she's doing. And Naomi said, I'll see you in court. Bill couldn't even believe that his little mind tricks didn't work on Naomi. He's looking like, oh, okay, bet. Because even though he's annoyed that he's getting sued, he's also intrigued that Naomi is so resilient and determined to, like, come up against him. And he is also proud because he's seeing, like, her in action as a lawyer, and he's a lawyer, and he's like one of the top lawyers. So he's very much intrigued by how much Naomi is not backing down from him. So he had this, like, little proud look on his face, but at the same time, he's just, like, so annoyed because now Mike is going to bring more problems for the firm. And then over at Martin and Smitty's house now, Smitty is pissed at Martin because he didn't tell him that he's running for president and he's not considering their family. So Smitty is saying to him, like, dude, you don't tell me what you're doing. You're not honest with me about nothing that you're doing, and you don't consider our family. And if you run for president, that's at least 3 years of our lives that will be under a microscope by the press. And we don't want that, because you don't even talk to me about what is going on. And child, Martin is trying to guilt trip Smitty by saying to him that, oh, he feels like his husband doesn't support him. Martin is so manipulative. Martin finally say, moving forward, he's going to be more open and honest with Smitty. So they decide that, okay, they're going to go out and have a good evening. They're going to have some dinner. So they go over to Orphy Jean's, the diner, to have some dinner. While they're over there, child, talking, enjoying their evening, the reporter that was at the gala, his name is Evan. He shows up to Orphy Jean, and Martin is trying to like hide his face from him. Smitty see him and call him over. The reporter comes over and he is gonna say to Smitty, hey, I am so sorry. I know that, Martin already told me that you don't need that job, but I'm still looking for someone. So if you know anyone, Smitty look at Martin and say, oh, did he now? I said, the even mashup. I said, there goes any little progress that Martin was making with Smitty, because now Smitty is pissed all over because Martin is interfering with his career while Martin is trying to make progress, trying to be president, but he doesn't want him to be working as an investigative journalist. So now they're going to argue about that now, because here he go lying to his husband about what is going on. And I don't blame Smitty for being mad, because Martin does too much. I can't stand him. Like, he's getting on my nerves. And the next person getting on my nerves is Danny, because Chelsea finally tells her that she is done with modeling, and Danny is freaking out because Danny is like, why didn't you tell me, like, modeling was your thing, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, Danny, she don't want to do it no more. This was your dream. She wants to follow her dream. Danny then finally calmed down and she's like, you know what, I understand where you're coming from, because Chelsea explained that, she wants to start her own path. She wants to do her own thing, and modeling is not her end all be all. So she just wants to find her own way. So Danny said to her, you know what, I understand, and I will let you out of the contract, and you can go ahead and pursue your business ventures. But I already know Danny ain't trying to be all out. She's going to find some way to come back to be in Chelsea's business. So of course, after that conversation with Chelsea, Danny go home and she turned to her usual drinking and playing music. And Chelsea finally just tell Kat that she told Danny that she quit modeling, and Kat tells her that, Naomi is suing Bill, by the way. And she's like, oh Lord. Because Kat found out from Thomas that Naomi is the lawyer on the case, because he's worried about how the case is going to affect the firm and in turn affect him, because he's a budding lawyer. He's trying to come up. And if this case goes, it's obviously the case is gonna blow up, so it might backfire on him and he might end up without a job if the firm loses the case. So back over at the Hamiltons now, Bill tell Haley that Naomi is suing the firm, and Haley, with her pick Misha self, she's gonna say that she will testify that Mike kept it professional. Like, Haley, beat it. You know that Mike is not a professional person. He is a sleazeball. Like, please. But she's telling him that, oh, she's gonna testify, and Mike always keeps it professional. He's never done nothing to these women. Like, she's such a pick-me. Like, girl, bye. But Bill tells her that the case is not gonna see the light of day, and he thinks that Naomi just wants to prove herself to him, and this case will be his way to get her back in his life. Both Bill and Haley are delusional. They are delusional individuals. They don't know what's coming to them, because Naomi is not backing down from Bill, and she ain't backing down from Haley. So them two being delusional, thinking that this is like gonna be a soft ride for them. So Haley takes it up on herself because she wants to prove to Bill that she is a wife who can handle anything. So she takes it up on herself to go meet Naomi at the Uptown bar now. So she walks in the room and sat down at Naomi's table and asked her, what do you think you're doing? And so that is where the episode ends. So the next episode coming up, we're gonna finally see the face off between Naomi and Haley, because this is needed, because now you get to see really how Naomi and Haley's dynamic, and how their friendship really broke down because of what Haley did by sleeping with Bill and even end up marrying him. So I'm really excited to see that next episode and what happened. Overall, I would rate these 3 episodes 8 out of 10, because I like the build up of everything. I like the plot, especially with Marcel finding out that he's actually a dirty cop working with Joey. Like, I was right about him. And then we are finally or slowly getting to see who Martin is and his secrets and what they are. Finally getting to see that, and slowly seeing Chelsea walking out of the shadows of Danny and just finding her own. I'm excited to see that as well. And I'm also excited to see the face off between Bill and Naomi and their dynamic. So these 3 episodes really build on those character and their character development, and I was really excited to see that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video.